Ascension, I mention astrology, her birth chart say pimpin'. We watching. A Glocksin, we cock packing, poppin'. We poppin'.
What up, what up? This your homie Cosmic Cam, and you're now tuned into Ascension of Solitude. I'm chilling on my lunch break. Got me some good old tofu, broccoli, sweet potatoes, and some ramen. You know, I got the little kids meals from this is only like $5. It's really good, and I only eat once a day, like a meal, like one meal a day. You know, other than drinking my green juices and things of that nature. I have my green juices with me. Let's see. Still on that. Still on that Arden Garden. Green machine. This is cucumber, celery, apple juice, spinach, kale, and ginger. And so, saving that for my ride home. I'm at my last stop. I'm trying to enjoy my meal. But yeah, I get this from Dragon Bowl up in Decatur, in Atlanta, and it's real good. So I'm about to savage this, and I'm gonna get back to you guys on the Mars in the 12th house video. Okay, now we're gonna get into Mars in the 12th house. Okay, so Mars basically represent in your birth chart your energy, your chi, your prana, your anger. It represents, like, in your birth chart, how you get mad, what you do with your anger, your frustrations. Mars is a masculine planet, so it represents your assertiveness, your sense of direction, making decisions, how you make decisions, how you react. Is basically your reaction to things, and also it represents your sexual energy. Um, for me, I have Mars in Capricorn, and it's also my rising sign. So this represents Capricorn represents work. It represents being able to ground, like, whatever you're working on. Like, it represents grounding whatever ideas you have and putting them into fruition and manifesting them, making them real, making them stable, building structure, building the foundation of certain ideas. And I have a stellium in my 12th house. I have I believe it's 3 planets in the house makes it a stellium, but I've read somewhere that 4 planets makes a stellium. It creates a stellium if it's 4 planets within one house. And so I have Uranus, Neptune, and Mars in my 12th house. And with Uranus there, Uranus being that it rules Aquarius, and Aquarius is the energy of, like, rebellion and freedom, humanity, philanthropy, giving to others, helping others in an innovative way, freeing others. So with Uranus in my 12th house, being that the 12th house represents seclusion, it represents privacy, your subconscious mind. It represents jails, asylums. It's connected to the universal mind. So with Uranus here for me, that's where I feel free. That's where I feel my most freest, and that's why I like enjoy the work that I do. Like when I tell you, like my day goes by dumb fast because I'm just listening to music, which is 12th house energy, Pisces ruling the 12th house, which is imagination and music and art and crafts and stuff like that. I can't do too much, but I can listen to music while I'm driving. I drive these vans, I drive trucks, and so when I'm by myself, I'm in my own zone. When I'm at work, which is where I spend most of my time, other than home, which is privacy, which is seclusion, which is represented by the fourth house. When the home is represented by the fourth house, your upbringing, and all that. But when it comes to, um, you know, Uranus being in my 12th house, that's where I find my freedom. That's where I'm my most innovative, rebellious, you know, creative. When I'm at peace, and I'm in harmony with my own self. And so, I have a lot of fun, chilling by myself. I have. Hold on, I'll be right back. Um, Gotta load this van up. Okay, I'm back. My bad, fam. My bad. Uh, yeah. Whew. Sorry, trying to catch my breath and get up out of here. I'm about to head home. But yeah. So back to Mars in the 12th house. Um, as far as the energy levels go, because fire is the element that we're working with. Mars, the red fiery planet, inside of the 12th house, which is a watery planet. It dampens. It dampens the energy levels. It dampens the enthusiasm to I wouldn't say for me to start anything, but to finish things, because there's all these ideas and just influences, because like Gemini, they come up with all these ideas and stuff like that. You have Mars and Gemini, you're gonna always come up with ideas and things to do. You're gonna be kind of restless, but when it's in Pisces energy, it's kind of just like going with the flow. Like, okay, wherever the just imagine you're like a volleyball in the ocean and you just flowing with the waves. Just pretend that Mars is this volleyball and your energy is in there, and it's like you're just gonna flow with the waves. You know what I'm saying? That's people talking about creative flow, getting in your flow. That's Pisces energy. And so I'm in Aries, so this is a very much heavy part of, it's a strong part of me, as far as going with the flow of things and being able to let my creative, what they call it, juices. Why does it have to be juices? That's liquid. That's water. Pisces energy. And so it's like you kind of go with the flow of things. I know that with my Mars in the 12th house is probably the reason why I can dance really well. Like, you may be like the life of the party. I was watching this other girl video, and she was talking about that. She was just like killing it when she was little, when it came to music, when it came to dancing. And you could be so good at it that people could just be like jealous of you, you know what I'm saying, hating on you. But people may stare at you. I remember when I was on the Broad Walk in Atlantic City one time with some friends, like it was like 10 years ago, and there was like a bar on the Broad Walk, and we were all outside. There wasn't too many people like dancing, but there was like an area where you could dance, and it was like people by the bar and like chairs and tables where people could like sit. And like there was like this little dance floor, and it was like a DJ was off the chain, and I was drinking. It was alcohol, which is also Pisces energy. um and it was flowing. That's when I that's when I get in my groove, when I have a drink or two. And I remember going back to the bar to go get a drink, and this lady just had to tell me. She was like, I've been watching you dance all night. And I was just like, me you know what I'm saying? Because with Mars in the 12th house, you're not so assertive, you're not so aggressive with things. So people may not tell you, you know about yourself, about your talents. These are things that you may have to reflect on and figure out your own self, encourage your own self. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to your talents and your gifts and what you can provide. Like if your Mars is in the 12th house, you may be really creative as far as like art and crafts and things of that nature. And people may or may not tell you how great you are, and compliment you on, whatever it is that you're doing. But don't let that discourage you. Um, but it was really refreshing. It's like things that I knew, but it's nice to hear somebody else acknowledge. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to my creativity and like things that I've done. When I dance or whatever. But with Mars, um, it's can be very passive here as far as your anger, um, or spirit may intervene in certain situations when you are angry, um, because the 12th house represents spirituality, the subconscious mind. You may be more still. You may be less reactive when it comes to your anger when you get mad. With me being the Aries, yeah, there has been times where I felt like I wanted to lash out. I wanted to curse somebody out. But a lot of times, half the time, I wouldn't be sure about what I would say, or if I was in the right, because I wouldn't want to curse anybody else out and lash out on anybody if I'm like imagining things or assuming things. With Mars in the 12th house, you may assume things because the 12th house being ruled by Pisces, it represents fantasy, deception, illusion, special effects in movies and stuff of that nature. Um, the internet, there's a lot of fantasy going on the internet with people pretending to live these lives, and they're really not. And I may be one of them, because I can Photoshop the fuck out of a picture. And but I don't do that like a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like if I need to, if it's in regards to like my website and stuff like that, um for my products. But yeah, when it comes to me getting angry per se, like I wouldn't really lash out unless I knew for sure like I'm in the right, you're in the wrong, and then I'll just go ham. I'll just go I don't think you should hold in your anger if you know you're right, but they say this is the house of karma, so you gotta choose your battles wisely. Like whoever made that up probably had Mars in the 12th house, because you can have karma come on you, you know, real quick, real quick. So yeah, as far as sex being in the 12th house, like I have my Mars in Capricorn in my 12th house. So Capricorn is about, like, I know that I don't like sex to come too easy. Even if it does, most of the time it does, you know. And it's crazy because the last person I was with, I wanted to wait. I wanted to wait a while. I was willing to wait, and she brought it up like when we gonna, and I'm like, damn. Like Capricorn is about work, so I like to work for it. I don't really want it if it's easy. And for me to actually get into it, I have to have some kind of connection with that person. I have to feel like it's gonna progress and go somewhere, because Capricorn is about progression and, taking those steps and stuff like that. And I like to work for my sex a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind if a woman tell me no. You know, as long as there's some progression and I know that there's something there, then I'll keep going. I'll try, but I'll be smooth about it. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the actual doing sex, I don't really feel like I'm in my body fully. And when I do, I'll be like super duper sensitive, because I know I can detach myself from my own physical body, being that Mars is in my 12th house. It's kind of like you be all in your head with it, and it'd be like a fantasy type of thing. And a lot of times I have to incorporate some kind of fantasy in order to get the orgasm that I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll imagine that the person that I'm with is like working somewhere. It's like, it'll have something to do with work, which is funny because of Mars. I just noticed that, like, the Mars and Capricorn being work. I'll imagine that I'm at the person I'm at their job or something, and I'll make up a place. Like, I'll pretend that I'm at like a massage parlor or something like that, and I paid extra money to get certain things done. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm probably going too much in detail, but hey, you know, we could click off the video. But yeah, this is like, it's like funny to me now that I think about it, but it may incorporate a lot of like fantasy and stuff. But I would encourage people with Mars in the 12th house to try to feel your partner kissing you, on your neck, on your face, and feel them touching you, caressing you. Like, really feel them and focus your mind on whatever they're focusing on, and like really feel it. Because it's like I would feel sensation, but I just know I'm not completely all the way there. I'm not completely enthralled in it. Like, half of me is in another space-time quantum dimension, something like that. But I bring myself down into my body when I really like the person. I've noticed I've been doing that lately, and it's cool. And so, as far as sex, Mars in the 12th house may be the type of person who would imagine and fantasize, probably watch a bunch of porn. That's something I don't do. But probably make porn, probably do role play. You probably may get off doing role play and stuff like that, because Pisces is the energy of acting, um, fantasy, imagination. So if you're not having the best sex, you may want to incorporate those types of things, and you might want to try those out. Other than that, Mars in the 12th house, like I said, it's about like going within, using your inner creativity, your inner knowledge, your intuitive wisdom, basically. Like, you're using your intuitive wisdom to manifest and get what you want out of life. And you may feel like, you're not getting anything done, and you're not ever doing it enough or whatever. But don't think that. You know what I'm saying? You may mature later as far as like manifesting things in life. But don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually, all the things that you've learned and done creative wise, they're probably all going to add up, and you're going to create something out of it, or benefit from all the things that you've learned and all the things that you've done. Just keep going and try to focus your energy and intent on whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, you know. So don't let those the outer world discourage you. Don't let being an introvert discourage you. You know, there's ways you could walk around things. You got a business you want to start, get some business cards, pass them out, you know. Go on the internet, try to make internet friends and stuff like that. If you trying to expand, you know, don't always stay secluded in the house. Don't always stay to yourself. You know, get yourself out there. Burn off some energy, burn off some stress and frustration, because the Mars being in 12th house, you're more than likely gonna suppress that anger and energy, you know, frustration. Um, but a good way to get that frustration out is through sex, in my opinion. I remember like a whole year I was just mad. Like I was mad at everything and everybody, like anything. Like if somebody said something like and I thought they was wrong to me, you know, or I assumed something, like I just would pop off, you know. And I think about 2 years ago, yeah, this was probably like 2016. It was after like a breakup I had shortly after. Um, no, it was during when I was in a relationship with this person too, because I felt like I had to be really defensive of our relationship in so many levels that it brought out the aggression in me, and I wasn't really like that before because, well, I never had a woman that I felt like I had to guard and protect on that level and make sure people knew that we were together. You know, as lesbians, you know, a lot of guys like to try to be funny and try to say little slick stuff or disrespectful things of that nature. And so, you know, I would have to basically man up. You know, I couldn't just chill and be myself. You know, it just brought that out of me. And then even when we weren't together, it just, I don't know. It was like I was just mad at everything and everybody. So I was just cursing people out, cursing people out at the drive through. Like I never did stuff like that before. Like any little thing that I caught that I felt like wasn't right or whatever, or usually where I would be passive on, like I just started spazzing. And it's probably because I found out that I had Mars in the 12th house, and like that I probably should exercise a little bit my frustrations and things of that nature. Like, and so I'm like, man, you know, so many things that like passed me by, and so many things that I could have been in a different place if I was more assertive, or if I was more tough about something, or if I wasn't in my feelings about something, you know. And so I just turned into this little angry bird. I was like the little angry bird, yo. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Mars in the 12th house people, you know, I would think working out, getting involved into some martial arts or something like that. Like me, I'm physically active pretty much every day because I'm doing, you know, freight work, and I'm, you know, picking up boxes, putting them down. Like every day I'm doing a little something physical, and I need that. I know I need that, or else I don't know. It's like I'll detach. I'll start, you know, fantasizing too much. I won't be grounded. I'll be less grounded and stuff like that if I don't move around and things of that nature. So I have to move around and you know, get my chi, get my prana flowing, get the breath in me. And once I do that and like maybe sweat a little bit, I feel a lot better. You know what I'm saying? I feel a lot more calm. You know, especially after a good workout. People with Mars in 12th house, you'll notice after you work out, you'll be feeling hella calm, yo. Hella calm. But yeah, this your homie Cosmic Cam, and I'm out. Peace.